Hello, I was tagged by Accumortis to do the Darkling Tag. So, this is it. Number 1. What is your favorite candle scent? Have they made one that smells like death yet? 2. Do you have a favorite book? Fictional would probably have to be... Oh god, I don't know, Game of Thrones or The Bell Jar, or I don't know, I can't really think of any books unless it's the book I'm reading at the time, and right now I'm reading a book about Stonewall. It's a really good book, so I'll go with that. It's a good one. 3. Are you a tea or coffee person? I am a neither person. I like tea sometimes, but not all the time. I'm very, very picky about it, and I used to like coffee, but now I hate it. 4. What is your favorite brand and color of lipstick? My favorite colors of lipstick are deep, dark purples, but not ones that are so vivid and in your face. I like more lighter, deathly shades of purple. I would show you some, but I seem to have misplaced them. 5. What is your favorite perfume or cologne? I just wear whatever I have gotten from Christmas or sale section at whatever store, and I only wear them occasionally if I haven't bathed in a while, or I'm wearing clothes that haven't been washed in a while, because I kinda do that. Call me crusty, call me a hippie, whatever, both are compliments to me. 6. Do you have a celebrity crush? A few. I like David Bowie. Amanda Palmer, she's beautiful. And Jason Momoa, the gal. Just basics, Tom Hiddleston, because he's great. Yeah, that's all I can think of at the moment, but I'm sure there are many, many more. 7. If you had to give up the color black, what color would you choose instead? Probably cool colors, maybe some warm colors. Like, if I had to give up color, I'd probably just start dressing like Ramona Flowers, because she's kind of a favorite, but I don't dress like her a lot because I don't own a lot of colorful clothing. 8. If you could change your name to a stereotypical 90s, 2000s gothy name, what would it be? Shit, I don't know, Gothy McGotherson? Yeah, I'll go with that, Gothy McGotherson. Too dead for you. 9. What are your top 3 tips for surviving hot weather while black clad? Well, for me, probably the most typical. Just wear thin fabrics, or if you need to layer up, just wear thin fabric over top of a fishnet shirt or something. Or tights. Questions, yeah. And lots of sunscreen and water. Stay hydrated, stay covered in sunscreen. That'll help. And just not going outside until it's dark out, when it's a little bit cooler and the sun's not in your face and burning you. Because the sun does that, it burns us alive. We goths are allergic to the sun. Not really. 10. What song will always make you happy? Doesn't have to be a gothy band. I'll have to pick basically the whole Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack, because all the songs from that always make me really happy. I don't have any bad memories involving them. They're upbeat songs typically, and it makes me want to jump up, dance, sing, and crazy octaves I can't reach. Sorry, neighbors. And Jesus Christ, my fucking hair. And yeah, it just pumps me up, makes me happy. And I'm going to see it this weekend. That's exciting. It's gonna be the best night ever. Alright. 11. Are you active in the arts I am. I do visual art a lot, like painting, sometimes charcoal, only when really assigned it in school. Charcoal's annoying, though I love the look. I do. I write short stories sometimes. Sometimes I write songs. I tried to learn to play the bass. I still only know about half of 3 songs. I know 3 chords on the banjo. I paint when I can. I draw a lot, mostly in ink. I like ink a lot. Pencils kind of annoy me. 12. If you had a teacup or a mug made and scratched just for you, what would you have it say? I did have a mug, which was awesome. Fix this. There we go. It was awesome, but my brother broke it because he's a major klutz, even though he was the one who bought it. It was this mug from, it was the goth kids from South Park, and it had all of them, even Goth Stan, and it said, "Life is only pain." That was pretty cool. That was pretty me. 13. What is your number 1 non-gothy hobby? Probably painting in colors. I really love painting in colors. Painting in black and white is nice, but the grays get annoying because I kind of can't match them up well, especially if I'm using acrylics. Watercolor is a lot easier, but I usually wind up oversaturating my pages, which is why thick paper's the best. Going outside and doing things, talking to people. Sometimes. Only sometimes. 14. If you could be a supernatural creature, what would it be and why? Probably either Satan or Krampus. Because Satan, very misunderstood character, just rebelled against what his father told him. And I have a stepfather that's constantly telling me what to do, and I like to rebel against him so I can relate. Because he's a dick. Just saying. And, Krampus is just awesome. He's like my favorite character ever, just about, mythologically speaking. He's very just aesthetically pleasing. He's a ladies' man, or a ladies' goat man, and he's just like the polar opposite of Santa Claus. Takes kids out into the dark forest, or he'll put them in a satchel and beat them with a stick, or he'll chain them up or eat them. Only if they're bad, though. The bad kids get that. But what defines a bad kid? 15. What horror monster based superpower would you have? I'd have to go with I don't know. The power to not give a shit? I don't know. Power to not be anxious all the time? That'd be cool. Or, I don't know, I just think the typical immortality, mind control, it's a bit overrated. I like watching what other people do with their minds. I feel like I would probably just make them look like a jackass. That would be kind of funny, though. Just whatever I got dealt with, whatever card was dealt, I'd go with it. I'd find a way to make it work. 16. Do you feel confident or comfortable interacting with other goths or gothy people online or in real life? Why or why not? I do. Most of the people I interact with aren't goth because there's not lots of goths around my area. I don't even fit the qualifications for goth all the time anyway. It's not the only subculture that I can sometimes consider myself a part of. It's not the only subculture that I admire greatly and that I try and draw from. I also like lots of the different punk movements. Goth comes from punk, and grunge, which also comes from punk, kind of. I really like that, and the whole metalhead culture is, if you get past the more manly than you mentality. It's actually a nice culture. But that's beside the point. I do, some of my best friends are goths, but most of them I only talk to online because they live either across the country or in a completely different country. Go figure, but they're awesome. Accumortis, pretty much my best friend. He's one of the goths that I talk to, probably the person I talk to most often. He's cool. And a few others, and I have like maybe one gothic friend outside of that in school, or a few gothly inclined friends. In my school, it's mostly just pastels, soft grunge kids, the kids who think they're living the thug life, that bullshit mentality, white boy annoyingness. Ugh. And some metalheads. I dated one of them. That was interesting. Yeah, I'd feel comfortable talking with goths as long as they're not elitist assholes. 17. Which is more important for a look, great hair or great makeup? I say great makeup because even if you have really shitty hair, you can make it work with the right makeup. Like, if you wake up with a complete bad head, like, ugh. This is actually kind of nice. This could work. If you just look like a complete rat's nest, you could, make yourself look like a corpse. I'd love to see more people dressed as cadavers daily walking down the street. Please do. 18. Is there something you wish there was more of in your subculture? Not so much I wish there was more of something, but more so I wish there was less of something. I wish there was less divination, I guess is the word. Less dividing each other among the different subcategories within the subculture. Less elitism, less people bullying each other because they don't consider them as goth as themselves. It's ridiculous. Just divides us up even further. If you don't like someone, just walk away. Don't be an asshole. 18. Is there something you wish there was more of? Or no, that's what I just said. 19. Care to share an embarrassing story related to your darkliness? I just mostly have the typical stories of not knowing how to apply makeup correctly and coming into school with my eyes in much pain because I didn't know how to do that. And I don't wear makeup a whole lot, but I recently started wearing it again, and every time I go after a long period of not wearing it, I go through that phase again for the first few days where it's like, oh, how do I apply this? This is foreign to me. And doing the waterline especially, if you're not used to it, it's like stab, stab, stab in the eyeball. I can't really think of anything else right now other than, I don't know, my stepdad kind of pointing me out in public, knowing that I have social anxiety, because he thinks that if someone has social anxiety, then they obviously wouldn't be dressing so ridiculous and out of the norm, because that just makes more people look at them, because that makes so much sense. Really, it makes so much sense. Fucking doesn't.